Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you how to, let me just, first of all, pull up my screen.
We're looking at your screen at the background, the
Yes.
one with the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just pulling up the group so that you can get the right group. 1 second. Where's my good health group? So bear with me. Okay, so like I was saying, the group that we want to get in the habit as a community right now, let me just move it over here. Everybody see the Good Health Stories and Solutions community? Everybody? Okay, perfect. Okay. So this is the community. Then if we have a customer, if you as a For Life representative, like here we're all For Life representatives right now, right? So, and in a lot of cases, we might have a friend or family member or somebody that we've met, talked to somebody online, and we don't necessarily want to get them, into the business. Now, there's two different avenues here. You may find somebody that wants to earn some money and you want to show them an opportunity, a pathway to get some earnings. I would be sending him to the Upline Pro community right away, right? Because that's where we're going to be connected to Dave Daughtry. That's where we're going to get connected to leaders. That's where we're going to give him information on how to earn money, right? However, there's a big majority of people, everybody that we know is probably suffering in some way, shape, or other, or they're looking to get healthier, they're looking to transform their body, they're looking to find that best collagen that we have. They're finding out viruses. There's always something that we have, even the shampoo, the not toxic free shampoo that we have. There's something for everybody, including toothpaste. So why would we not let them know that we have a community that can show them the value of what we have without making them feel pressured? Like I said, we don't want to be selling people that are not ready to be, introduced to that aspect of the business. So this is a kind of a gentle way to introduce people to an opportunity of hearing stories and an opportunity to be part of a community and also where we educate. So this is a place that we offer education, but also stories. So if you notice that good health means heal holistically, empower with evidence, amplify immunity, live longer, stronger, testimonial transformation, and a healthy community. So this is your healthy community. Upline Pro is your wealth community. Make sense? So if you ever come to one of our business opportunity meetings, and Dave sometimes shows them through his legacy calls on Wednesday evenings, that's what we tell people, which pathway do you want to go? Do you want to go to the health pathway or do you want to go to the wealth pathway? That's what we do that mini presentation on the pathway to success, because you never know what people are going through. So this community here, one of the values of this community is that we have an opportunity, regardless of where you are, wherever you're located, and whatever language, it doesn't matter. Facebook does translation to your language regardless of where you are. So this is private. So you have to be invited to this community and you have to sign off on the rules before you get access to the community. Now, just so you know, if you send somebody to the community and somebody asks questions about a specific product and how to find something about a product, we as the admin have an agreement that we will not poach. We will not there to take. We are here to elevate the community so we're bigger in numbers and voice by validation. So we want to make sure that if you invite somebody, we can check through the admin settings who invited them. And that is when that person will be told, did you go back to that person? If you have more questions about how to find that product, go back and contact Vivek or contact Vikas or to contact Gloria, and they'll be able to help you. Right. So we have some admin teams that do that. But I want to make sure that you see what's in the community. And again, like Claudia, I'm going to use an example. I think Claudia had to leave, but I'll use you, Dave, as an example. So Dave, you just told me that you're suffering with Crohn's disease. Okay, so Dave, right? You mentioned that we had a conversation, right? And I'm like, you know what? I may be able to offer you some relief, and I have a great story I'd love for you to hear. Would you be open to joining my community?
Sure, love to check it out.
Okay, all right. So what do we do? The next step is, okay, great, Dave, I'm going to invite you. And I just wanted you let me know when you get added to the community. How do we do that? Number one, anybody?
Click invite.
Invite or share. Depending on where they are, they may not be on Facebook. They may, or maybe you communicate to them through WhatsApp, right? You want to make sure
No,
that
they
you,
have to be your friend though, right? On
yes,
Facebook.
not necessarily, because you like right now, if you're going to invite through Facebook, yes, but you can just copy the link and they still get added. But I would
So
invite them
you
to
can
connect to you on
WhatsApp,
Facebook.
send them by WhatsApp, just a link.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So we don't want to pressure people, but right now, this is the forum that we're using. So this is where we house all of our testimonials right now that we gather. And if you have testimonials, please share them inside the community so that we have an archive, a library to send people, right? This is also where we share events for upcoming trainings. Like, just so you know, so again, look at the menu bar, the discussions, guides, features, members, events, media, and files. I'm going to explain the value of this, but if I somebody like yourself, Dave, you said that, you mentioned Crohn's, so I'm going to look up, and that there's a search engine inside Facebook. So if I wanted to find something, there's that little icon here means search, just like you do Google. You click on that. And say, for instance, you have a topic that you're worried, you want to help somebody with. So he said Crohn's, right? Is that how you spell it? How do you
Crohns.
Crohns? Oops, that's too many. Okay, so all right, so here's a couple of posts here where people actually talks about Crohn's disease. There's your amazing testimonial, Dave. So I could just say, hey, Dave, this is a great, so I can ask permission. Is it okay if I tag you on the post? Always ask permission, right? So I can say, hey, Dave, is it okay if I tag you, on the post? So you might not know what tag means. It means like my name's I'm going to type in your name now that I know you're a member, and it's going to make it easier for you to find, right? And if you're okay with that, that's great. So that's when you would just go into the comments and you would type in his name. So I'm going to stop. It's not allowing me because of my buffering. Or I can just send him directly because now I know he's in the community. I could just type in, Dave, and he should get a message. There he is. Click on it. He should get a Facebook message because we are connected on Facebook. But if not, then you could actually comment, like I said, right here. I would just put Dave. And this is where it would be better to be, actually you should be friends on Facebook to make it easier to send them the link, but you can just send him the link to that particular post as well. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why I want you to be leveraging this community to help you convert, to show value.
Jillian, I've got a quick question. When you send someone that link, it basically brings them into they see it in the community. It's not like they're going to have a copy of that where they could post it themselves. It stays
No.
contained in the community.
Correct. So
Okay.
this is the firewall that we have. It's a private community. So this is like you being invited into your home. Unless you give somebody the key, right? You've invited them into the home. They can't see it. You see? So you
Right.
want them to come in because this is where you're going to have, and then the thing is, every time we do something or to see another testimonial added, remember, these people were invited into your community. You never know what life experience they're going through at that particular time, right? So somebody may be needing to hear more about what we have to offer. Like we have testimonials in there right now on things like asthma. Sorry, this like here, if you go to the guides here, but going to the guides, we have the welcome here, but we have trainings, by the way, recording of trainings that are not on YouTube. Like we have the training that Alenia did to the extended team for spike protein, part 1, part 2. And by the way, I will be getting part 3 soon to upload in here. So these are private trainings. So we have, 33 trainings on specific topics that we haven't in some cases aren't on YouTube. They're only found inside here. So you can go in, take some time, have a look. Like there's some amazing testimonials. Gabriella, Dave's wife, like, oh my gosh, unbelievable testimonial, and also sharing of knowledge when it comes to the breast implants removals. Like that in itself is something that I would be sending somebody that has gone through some trauma right now. But there's a lot of things in here. Testimonials on dementia, autism, there's 40 like testimonials on things that we can't even talk about. Okay. But these are from For Life Driven. So if you have a customer, if you have a leader that is got, people that are interested in expanding their business and they're connected or they know somebody that's suffering, what more value can we offer them hearing a story that could transform their life? This is one of the reasons why this started off with 4 people, 5 people, then it grew because of my passion and wanting to let people know where to go to hear these stories without fear. This is why we have it behind the firewall. So I want you to make sure you leverage this. We've got some protocols in here. We have a little bit of science background in here. Some of the things that we will be adding more, even under the files tab, by the way. There's files tabs and articles about For Life and things that have been added. But if you have a great document or a reference document you found, add it to here. This is your tool. And then inside here is the media. Like you can see some of the media. There's images of past events that we've done. You can use these images, repurpose them. If there's anything here of value, repurpose them. Okay. One of the things that I do highly recommend, we have upcoming events where we join in the Zoom lives. There's nothing better than being able to invite people, when they have time to see other people part of the community. Like we had Mentor Monday today. Like this is like driven by the Dave Daughtry's team, Upline Pro. However, this is, in some cases, I might not have the Upline Pro on here because most of the people inside this community are coming in on the premise of learning about education and health. When we get somebody interested and when we get somebody curious to know more, typically what they do is they want to share what we have. And that's when I invite them over to the Upline Pro community. And I'll show you that in a second. But here, like tonight at 8 o'clock, we have Claudia that you met earlier. She's actually doing an event on transformation, step 2 of doing a detox. You now need to transform. So she's going to be sharing some of her For Life products as the next stage of a detoxing. That's tonight at 8. Tomorrow, Gabriella is going to be sharing information about, gut health and how it starts out in the mouth. So why would we not invite others to come to those events? And this is where you can invite them to. I also just want to show you quickly under the features tab. A lot of cases, what I try to do is actually not only show where the events are, but I might just show you the recent lives. So you can go back and look at previous recordings of previous shows until Facebook takes it down. Facebook only keeps them live for 30 days. Then after 30 days, they're gone. So what we do is try to download them, upload them so you can keep them private. In some cases, some of these can't go on YouTube because, for life compliance and also for privacy issue, sometimes it's sensitive material. But here, this was a great show that Cora had when Helena was then part of the community. I couldn't do the live hosting, so Helena stepped up and was a fabulous host. This is a great way to make people feel motivated and engaged. And there was also, I think, another one here, an example where we did another talk where we had incredible testimonial from Raquel Jones, who is a breast cancer thriver. So make sure you leverage the community. Okay, I just want to make sure you know this before I close out. But the one other community I think which is really important for us to make sure that you're all members of, and if somebody can share inside the chat the actual the group chat of where these communities are. If not, reach out to us on WhatsApp and we'll make sure we share them. Is the Upline Pro Inner Circle. This is the business community. This is where everybody that's a leader, and this is a relatively new community, and we need to make sure that we're inviting people like Vickers. I know you're new. Gabriella's new. Make sure you invite your team members to them. This is how we're going to grow. We're going to learn. We're going to share. And like this is where we sometimes add files in there that are exclusive to us, you know, a little training on Reels, by the way. Jade actually did from the US sales team, just social media specialist, did an exclusive training for us and she sent us the PowerPoint. So we have the PowerPoint. So we put some of the training documents inside there for you to reference, okay? And I also want to make sure that you are inviting people. So again, how do we do that? You invite, you click share, get them in there. One of the first things I would always make sure you do if you are going to invite them as a leader, you could write something. So I can actually then put in there. So right now, you can celebrate your team members inside the community. So Rita, I'm going to put a little post here for great job on achieving Builder Elite. Elite this month, right? So you can go in there and there's nothing better than celebrating your team member in a group that's already got team members in it. Think about that. It just makes them feel better. And they're going to get that notification. They're going to feel engaged. They're going to feel motivated. This is where you would celebrate. This is where you engage. And this is where you can offer training or insights or tips. If you saw a great quote today on leadership, post it in there. If you have a great tip that you want to share for others to see, post it in there. Again, inside the guides is exclusive information that, you know, who is Dave? We have also the business opportunity information inside here too. There's a lot of little things, scripts that can convert, some trainings inside that are business related for you. How the loyalty program works, little things like that. We've done some little trainings in there for you, for your reference. So that's the power of community. That is the reason why I do what I do. I'm going to stop sharing now and I open up an opportunity to ask questions. But thoughts, insights?
So Jillian, whatever you like, Facebook and Instagram are connected, right? So whatever you're posting on Facebook would also go over to Instagram.
Not necessarily. Like depends on like your settings. You can change your settings so it doesn't do that. So in Instagram, you can change your settings to whether or not you want it, if you want Facebook to share to Instagram. But depending on what you're posting, it won't always share to Instagram. So it's a little bit, that's more of a deeper conversation.
Right.
Yeah, because you can have your Facebook and you can, depending on the post, you can choose to how you, depending on your posting, then get it shared to Instagram. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Helena, you have a question. Hi, Elena. I don't know. I can't hear you. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Hi. Okay.
Okay. Yes, I couldn't mute myself. Okay. I have a question. Thank you so much for very valuable information, like always. When you transmit live on Facebook, how long it stays in Facebook? Do you ever?
30 days. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you can go into again, you may have to be a little bit more techy or sometimes Facebook will give you a notification that that live is going to come down and then where do you want it sent to? So right now some of my lives get sent to I have attached my Google Drive, so I get a recording to my Google Drive.
Okay.
But if it's something sensitive, then you want that sent to. But a lot of times I don't need to save every single time I'm on live. But if you're doing a training,
Mm-hmm.
it could disappear. Like you may want to make sure that if you're doing a training that you save it on a Zoom drive or whatever, and then you can maybe even I have this, by the way. And by the way, inside of our group, our Good Health Storage Solution, there is a private YouTube channel. I just have to be sensitive to that because not everything's uploaded to that private YouTube channel. You can create your own private YouTube channel, so it's not public. The only people that can see that video is if you send them the link. Okay, so there are ways. Yeah. Yeah, so Lena, if you were doing a sensitive training or sensitive topic, but you don't want to put it up on YouTube, you can change the settings to unlisted.
Oh,
So that
okay.
is
But
another
just make
training
it.
unto itself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have my own channel now. That transformed to your life with Helena on ambassadors, and it's public, but I want to put another one private. But I have a question. After you finish the live, can you go back, edit, and add some kind of a link that takes people to your page and or your trans?
Yep.
Okay, you
Yeah,
can.
you can do that. You can change like if you have a live video.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. We have time. It's like it's almost 10 after 1, but I think that might be another corporate training
Yeah.
topic. But you can go in once you've gone live, and you can go in and change the description. So
Okay.
you can go in and change the description. Go back, change the description. Like you know those 3 dots, the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Look at
Yeah.
your live post, look at the 1, 2, 3 dots, and then you can go and edit what it says to
Yes.
edit. Then
Yes.
you can change, and then if you can put your link to your profile or whatever you want to send them to that. However, remember, whenever you put a link on a post, Facebook doesn't like it when you send them to a link that's not internal. So I can put a link to a Facebook post or a Facebook event inside on a post because it's internal. It's keeping it within its community, right? Facebook has its own community. The
Yeah,
minute you
but
put
what
a
about
link,
Linktree? How about
no,
your
even
Linktree?
Linktree, that doesn't belong to Facebook. So
Oh,
I always recommend, and you'll notice sometimes I will mention, go check my comments for the Zoom
oh,
link, or check my comments for more information. Interested in buying the product, check my comments. And you'll notice that in a lot of, there's like a lot of viral posts going out there by giving these facts, and, and they send you to go look at an article. The article is never in the actual message. It's always in the first thing that you see in the comments, because otherwise the algorithm will not promote it.
okay.
You won't,
Thank you
it won't
so much. Thank
make
you.
sense. Okay, no worries. All right, Dave. So I just want to speaking of Linktree, I'm going to remove my spotlight right now, but you know that next week we have a special guest, Jade Ryden from the US Sales Social Media Guru. She's amazing, is doing a training on Linktree next Monday. Okay. I love Linktree, by the way. I use it all the time. So yes. So Dave, over to you.
Thank you, Jillian. I love these Mentor Mondays because we get this type of contribution. Jillian, of anybody I've ever met, she's the expert when it comes to social media, creating content, even our presentations. When you go through, if you go to Upline Pro into the back office, you'll see the presentations there. There's a formal 1 hour presentation. She developed that. So we're very grateful for Jillian's talent that she brings to our community, our family, our team. And I want to encourage everybody. I say this a lot in my trainings. I believe God put us here for many reasons, and one of those reasons is to develop, to grow, and He gave us something called potential. The best way to develop skills is by being part of a community. Look at the people you associate with the most. Just count on one hand. Who are the 5 people that you associate yourself with regularly, that you hang out with, maybe go to social events with, whatever? Do those people elevate you? Do they make you want to be a better version of yourself? Do you grow? Do you learn from them? Well, that's what this community is about. I just want to read something real quick before we finish. I'm a big fan of Jim Rohn. Jillian mentioned Jim, and that's what made me think of him. I was very blessed to know Jim when I was in my 20s. I lived in Los Angeles, and so the first time I met him, he sat next to me. He was speaking at an event, and it was a Friday night, and I didn't want to go, but my mentor pushed me to go to this event. And I was almost 22 years old. I was just a young man, just getting started in network marketing and learning about entrepreneurship. And I went to this event and my ticket was in the front row, row number one. And I sat down and I didn't want to be there, frankly. I would rather be on a Friday night out partying with my buddies. And this man sits next to me on the right, and another man sat next to him, another man sat next to him. Three men sat down next to me, basically. I had no idea who they were. And on my left was my mentor, Joe Land. And the man on my right, just, we were basically touching shoulders. And he shakes my hand. He goes, young man, what's your name? I told him my name, David Daughtry. And he said, good to meet you, David. My name's Jim Rohn. I had no idea who Jim Rohn was. Next to him, the next man reaches over, shakes my hand. He says, David, pleasure. My name's Zig Ziglar. Oh, that was a funny name, Zig. And then the man next to him reached over and shook my hand and introduced himself as Mark Victor Hansen. Well, now that I know these three guys, Mark Victor Hansen, by the way, is one of the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul, him and Jack Canfield. And so Mark Victor Hansen was living in Newport Beach, which is by Los Angeles. And the reason he lived in Newport Beach, he moved there because that's where the most Rolls Royces are in the entire world, are in Newport Beach, California. And so basically, I got to know Jim. And, I've got all of his trainings and so forth, but there's something I just want to read here. Those of you that don't know, but he was a huge fan of multi-level marketing. In fact, he was in multi-level marketing in a company called NutriBio that opened in the 50s, but closed down in the mid 60s. But by then he had already made some really good money, but he loves network marketing. He also mentored and helped Mark Hughes start a company called Herbalife back in 1980. But I just want to read this real quick. It says, Rohn was a proponent of the MLM model, particularly for its potential to teach entrepreneurship, leadership, sales skills. He viewed it as a low-risk way for individuals to start a business and develop, there's the word, develop personally. However, he emphasized that success in MLM requires hard work, discipline, and a focus on helping others, not just chasing profits. In his seminars, he often praised the MLM model for its scalability, accessibility, but he cautioned against get-rich-quick schemes. The point is this: we've got this community, Upland Pro. We do, and Ambassadors in Motion, or in Spanish, Embajadores en Acción. We come together, and it's about contributing. We had our Medical Mentor Monday with Dr. Regina, with Dr. Ronnie, with Monica Costa in South Africa. Great Medical Mentor Monday. We're going to be doing that once a month, Medical Mentor Mondays. We should have some really good guests on the next one coming up. I'm working on that right now. But the point is this: as you develop, as you grow, as you learn, contribute. All right, start contributing. That's how, there's no greater educator than experience. Jillian put time, effort, energy into this presentation for us, but she got a lot out of it too. Every time you present something and you take that time to prepare it, you learn yourself, you develop. Jillian, thank you very much for today's presentation, for sharing that with us. And social media, all these platforms, they're other tools in our toolbox. We need to be able to utilize all the available tools, the new tools, the old tools, but at the end of the day, please understand, people buy you. They buy you, how they feel about you. They won't remember everything you say, but they will remember how they felt. So Jillian, thank you again. Thanks everyone for joining us. Let's open it up real quick. Everyone share some, I'm gonna unmute the microphones and share some love with us, some excitement. Let's keep going, keep growing. And if you're not part of the Good Health Stories and Solution Facebook community, join. Talk to the person who invited you. Join our community. Jillian, thank you again. Thank you, everyone. Love you guys. Right?
Thank
you
you.
all.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dave and Gillian, for everything you share. Thanks.
Thank you for this
And you
powerful
do a
session.
lot.
Thank you.
Let's keep building, keep building.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Invite them.
Invite.
Oh, and tomorrow night, just so you, tonight, like I said, is the transform discussion with Claudia. It'd be amazing opportunity. And actually, Slima, she's the professional bodybuilder and the For Life advocate, talking about For Life products tonight on the Detox Diaries.
That's on the calendar,
UplinePro.com.
right?
In the calendar tonight. And tomorrow night, your lovely wife, Gabriella, is going to be sharing some insight on mouth health and how it can. You gotta. It all starts with your mouth health when it comes to gut and cancer. Like you gotta be careful.
Your
So,
immune
anyways, she's gonna
system
be talking.
begins with your saliva. All right.
Yes.
Gabby, she makes me my mouthwash. I love it, by the way. She uses the toothpaste, the For Life toothpaste. So anyhow, she'll talk. I'm sure she'll talk all
Yeah.
about that. So
Upline Pro calendar, right? UplinePro.com/calendar. You'll find it. Okay.
thank you, everybody.
Thanks,
Have a
everybody.
great day. Have a great night. Keep going. Keep growing.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, thanks. Dodi, close the room, please. Dodi? Dodi, please close the room. Okay, everyone. So Dodi is busy probably, so please let's go and see you next time. Bye-bye.
No,